presented by our friends at Prize Picks and our friends at Ownwell. And I am getting a whole bunch of feedback from somewhere. But hi, everybody. There's Clarence Hill. There's Ali Jawad. I am Jeff Kavanaugh. And Trevon Diggs has been released, or I guess waived. He has been waived by the Dallas Cowboys. But what I'm just a talking person. We got beat writers right here. Clarence Hill, tell me what the hell's going on.
Well, I got to get my mic unmuted, but listen, we saw this coming. Stevie Wonder saw this coming last year. We talked about this as soon as Diggs got hurt last year, that this would be the last year. You know, once he got rehab, this will be the last year. Certainly, we know about all the controversy, all the drama surrounding Diggs and the Cowboys going back to the offseason. But we can go back to last year when they ripped his rehab and how he came back from the previous injury. Britt Brown didn't like him. Jerry Jones ripped how he rehabbed. And they, certainly if he did come back to form in coming off that injury that he had, and we knew he was not going to come back to form with the incentives all out of his contract, with the guarantees out of his contract, we knew that this would be his last season. But then you add in what has happened this season, the fighting over the money, the signing with Michael Parsons, the concussion at the house, the ripping the defense coordinator. It's a meaningless game. The Cowboys just ripped off the Band-Aid. You know, there's no theatrics. You know, we always, you know, they're going to make it a June 1st cut. They're going to drag this thing out. No, we want this done now. The season's over, and we're not going to play around. Let's just move on. It's best for both parties to move on. The idea that another team is going to pick him up, we all saw him play. Who's going to pick him up for the playoffs? You know, no one's going to pick him up. Let me say no one. It doesn't look like no one's going to. It's based on what we've seen, no one's going to pick him up. Obviously, never say never, because they might take a guard in the draft. So you can't never say never, you know. Just like never say never that Uberflus is gone, even though we know he's gone. But, yeah, the Diggs family is down bad today, huh? It's Diggs all over the news. But we all saw this coming. We didn't know it would come now.
Ali, how you feeling?
Yeah, pretty much right there with Clarence. I mean, didn't really see this. We saw it coming, just didn't think it would happen now. Figured they would have waited till after the season. But I think that just tells you all you need to know about the fact they did this, you know, before the season even ended. This is a team that usually kind of plays things out, you know, for a while, but they certainly had enough. He's missed about 29 games to be exact, since signing his $97 million extension back in 23. And yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, back on. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's probably John.
Yeah.
Clarence out. Clarence doesn't know how microphones work. It ruins broadcast quality every time that he's on the clock. Probably what happened there.
But no, literally all the build up to this, the offseason, the not working out at the facility, rehabbing, the injuries, everything right there. And the Cowboys simply said they had enough. And really think about it too. Like, he really would not have played this season had it not been for Deron Bland going down a couple weeks ago with the knee surgery as well. So, you know, shocking that it happened at this point, yes, but we all saw it coming. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what's next.
Clarence, what's happening over there?
I had to fight with the restaurant manager. I'm at the restaurant. I just jumped in the back room and jump on the Zoom rather than go to my car, trying to get a best possible situation for you guys. And he wanted to know what I was doing in this back room. I said, man, I'm just doing a quick Zoom. We got another back room. I said, I'm already on the Zoom. I'm not trying to move. I'm just trying to do a quick Zoom here and talk to my people. Emergency Zoom, not going to be long. And, you know, you have to, like, are you dining in with us? Like, I'm just using it. Like, why the hell do you think I'm here? Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. I wish we got to hear the interaction.
It's
I really wanted to hear that.
What do you think I'm doing here? Okay. Goodness gracious.
I hope he comes back. Yeah, I guess we were waiting for off season because, you know, now there's websites available to tell you what happens when you cut or when you waive a player and how much of the monies you save and all that. And after this one was over, you get into next year. And I guess since you're 17/18 of the way through, the math really isn't much different. So they're just going to let him go. And I will be interested to see if anybody tries to pick him up, because I think I'm like a lot of people. My guess is that Trevon Diggs can't play anymore. I hope that he can, because I hope that for everybody. But the evidence this year is that he just can't run anymore. But if you're a team that he's going to clear waivers, no one is claiming his contract. He makes entirely too much money for the player that he is. But somebody might pick him up for the week, and basically you're just getting to hit him for a league minimum for a week. I don't think there's any reason that somebody wouldn't try that. But who knows? But we move on from our saga before the offseason even begins. I saw somebody say it in the chat. It did get a little quieter on the Cowboys this week, and Jerry don't like that, so it might as well just go ahead and do something. And you get back in the news a little bit. So there you go. Trevon Diggs being released. Clarence, we're back in the news.
Yeah, and the best thing about it, let's just go to the money, because it's always about the money, right? You know, and Jeff, you know, we've talked about things they want to do. They want to sign all these guys, clear this cap room. We know where they're going to. So basically, there will be a $12 million cap charge, because right now you're not doing a June 1st cut, right? You're not spending it up. You're doing it now, right? And so it's going to be a $12 million cap charge next year.
Over the cap says 6. Like his cap number is just over 18 and a half if he were still here.
Spotrac said 12. I have to look it up again. I mean, I don't know which one we trust.
I think, Chill, if you're talking next year or 26, I think you mean the savings is 12.5 mil.
Correct. You save 12 and a half.
Okay.
You eat almost 6. So they're going to be short $6 million if you want to view it that way, or they're going to save 12 and a half, whichever way you like to view it. I'm a glass half full guy.
Well, and we expected, you know, them to get some money back, you know, from Diggs and at some point Terrence Steele to maybe use for other guys in free agency. But I mean, what a year it's been, you know, just with the Diggs drama and the Parsons drama, and you know, this defense being the worst in franchise history in terms of points allowed. You know, Jerry was on the radio today talking about, we're going to get this defense fixed. We're going to do it pronto. We're going to make decisions pronto. Well, they made a pronto decision, okay?
Yeah.
You know, they didn't wait. They made a pronto decision. And this is, I would say, the first domino or the first shoe or whatever you want to call it, because he tried to, you know, come back today and say it's not all Eberflus. It's not all on Eberflus. Well, you got to make changes, you know, and it starts there.
All right, Clarence, I think you go apologize to the manager or go dig off in his hindquarters and tell him to shut up and then enjoy yourself a nice meal. How about that? That sound good to you?
Whatever you need, brother. I appreciate you guys. See you Sunday.
Run Clarence up out of here. He's got stuff to do. He's got a manager to either apologize to or cuss out. And
he's always causing havoc.
I support whichever decision that he makes in that regard. Yeah, so Trevon Diggs gone. The first move, I guess you just kind of fast forward and getting your offseason started, which is fine. It's not like he was going to be here. Timing is – I mean, honestly, I guess the timing makes sense. It just never crossed my mind to waive him before the season ended.
Right.
Probably because when I look at cap things, it says it in different seasons. But again, you've played 17 of the 18 weeks, so the math is probably just 1/18th off. And so the Cowboys will move on. The Cowboys will have money to spend. Trevon Diggs, if he is healthy, can go show somebody. I'll tell you honestly, this is the Cowboys doing Trevon Diggs a favor.
Yeah.
It's a little favor.
It is.
But you're doing him a favor. If you were going to do it this offseason, now a team, when nobody claims Trevon Diggs in the next day or however long the waiver process lasts, any team can call him and say, sign with us. And they can see him for a week. If it's a playoff team, they can see him for a few weeks, and he can show somebody that if he says, I'm healthy, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to help somebody, he can actually show somebody. Because if I were an NFL general manager at this point, I don't think you can help me. Now, I'll absolutely sign you in the offseason to a 1-year deal for not much money, and we'll find out. But maybe he can show something different than that in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, question for you, Jeff. Do you see, like, if a team does claim him, or he goes if a team does pick it up ahead of the playoffs, do you kind of see this similar to like the Ezekiel Elliott situation last year? Like, is he really at this point just somebody's practice squad guy for the playoffs, and if they need him, they call him up?
I think so, unless there's just something that stuns a team or a whole bunch of injuries. Because I have seen some people in the chat who I think it's just like, I get it. We're fans of the Cowboy players, and Trevon Diggs for a time was a really good Dallas Cowboy. So there's a lot of people who just still think he can play. And like, what are you talking about? Some other team is going to pick him up and put him out there. I watched him this year. I don't think he can run.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's an NFL team that's going to be a postseason team that's going to think that Trevon Diggs can help us. But I think smart organizations owe it to themselves to find out for sure. And once he clears waivers for pretty much nothing, you could have him in your building and put him out there on a field and see what it looks like. And I would say, why not? If it weren't the Cowboys and this story was happening somewhere else with somebody who wasn't too old to be good and they became available, I'd be like, yeah, run him through here.
Right.
See what he looks like.
Right.
So I think it would make sense for a team to do that. But no, I don't think he'll step onto a football field for anybody in the postseason.
Till next offseason or till next season. Yeah. And I think we talked about this earlier in the year as well. I think Jesse brought it up. Like he's got the connections around the league. I mean, yeah, Al Harris up there in Chicago, whoever hires, I guess, Mike McCarthy, that is a connection for him right there. But I think for Diggs, his best bet you mentioned earlier, they're doing him a favor. He's going to be able to evaluate his options. He's going to be able to get healthy as he can be going into next year. And he's really just the type of guy at this point. You see him signing a 1-year deal and really he's back in that. He's in that stage of he's got to prove it again to show that I can be with one team for multiple years. But for now, I got to take a 1-year deal to show it.
The truth is in the super chat and said, hey, Jeff, Jerry knows we aren't buying his BS anymore, right? And I hope so. Well, I mean, a lot of people still do buy Jerry's BS, but we do a better job than that. And I did see another comment. I forgot which one it was. Does this put cornerback at the top of the Cowboys draft list? Sure. Cornerback's right at the top, right next to pass rusher, right next to everything else, right next to safety, maybe offensive line, and you don't have a running back, but yeah, right at the top, baby.
With everything else.
Right there with everything else. All right, Ali, enjoy your day. And we hope for the best for Trevon Diggs. We hope for the best for the Dallas Cowboys. We got money to spend, baby. Pie. We got some pie.
Jeff's dream.
Let's go. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to the DLLS Sports channel. Check out my coffee mug.
Oh, there you go.
See that?
I didn't even know we had coffee mugs.
What's that?
I didn't even know we had coffee mugs.
Well, Ali, it's a VIP experience.
Okay. Not there yet, I guess.
$70,000 for it. I don't know how much they cost, but go get you one. All right. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Trevon Diggs released by the Cowboys. And we move onward with our days, and I go back to my nap. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
We all silly like the mayor.